That sounds about right, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I don't even know what color to do. I don't know what color to do. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks, listen, the Knicks beating the Milwaukee Bucks, right? Sounds about right to me. You know what I'm saying? It sounds about right. The Knicks beating the Bucks the way they beat the Bucks, that sounds about right to me. The Knicks, the Knicks being 500 in the third seed is crazy. But them beating the Bucks by 22 and the Bucks losing to the Knicks by 22, yeah, it sounds about right. You know what I mean? I mean, the Knicks are a better team on paper, and Dame and Giannis are they can't listen. They can't carry that team. You know what I mean? They went and got G Money, and everybody was excited, and now look, he didn't even play yesterday, and they got smoked. Like it's one of them situations where Doc and Nick Nurse look crazy right now. Doc is 2-7. He's the 14th, second to last spot in the East. I'm just saying. He might be able to go back to that other job he had. He don't take accountability and responsibility for nothing. Last year, it wasn't on him. Because they fired Coach Griffith. And he's coming in like he doing somebody a favor. And I'm just listen. Basically, you hired me to do a job. I'm doing what you need me to do, and it's not on me. You have two superstars here, and I don't know what they're doing out there. It's not what I'm telling them. They're doing whatever they want to do, and then you're looking at me. I don't know. I didn't tell them to do that. Like you asked him what the defensive assignment was. I told him stay with his man and then help out. I don't know. They let all the threes everyone's hitting threes. You know what I mean? Giannis is mad and all that. So somebody should be blamed. But nobody wants to take responsibility. Dame ain't taking no responsibility. Dame ain't taking because he was a +1, and then Giannis tried to put him in front of the line of fire like it was. I'm just here to support Dame. Nigga, it's your team. Stop playing. You know what I mean? But Doc is on the hot seat. You know what I mean? And they put him in. Listen, had they won that game yesterday, it would have been a little less hot. But right now, 2-7, he got to coach them out of this. There's but so much Dame and Giannis could do. He's going to have to coach them out of this. And just like Nick Nurse is going to be tough. Right now, Tom Thibodeau is at 500, 4-4. He's kind of in the same position. I've been kind of saying this shit since, 2 years ago? That he's on a hot seat. Because now more so than ever, they got to find the coach with the right system. Me personally, since they have two great defenders on the wing, I would fucking go with, like, if they're looking like D'Antoni. Because at least, the offense will be clicking to the highest degree. And with the two wing defenders, they can shut shit down. Like, Bridges on one side and OG on the other side, and then other guys like, he would have been a great coach for if they're looking for a new coach. But I think, honestly, all jokes aside, Tom Thibodeau should take what he did in Chicago and apply that to the bench. Make the bench as strong defensively and rebounding as he possibly can, and then enable them to really be a problem for teams scoring-wise. And then hold that way, you're not putting the responsibility on them to score. They're basically doing what he can coach them what he's used to coaching, which is defense and really making sure you rebound, be in the right place at the right time. Everything he did with Chicago, that's what he should be doing with the bench. Now the actual starting five, you give them a lot of freedom to do what they want offensively and defensively because they're that good. The bench is the weakness for the Knicks. I think he needs to coach the bench in a Chicago-ish type of way and mold them into that toughness, into that type of group of guys coming in off the bench so that there's more strength in attitude and production from an aggressive, manlier standpoint, because everybody's not going to be able to shoot and score like the starting five could, but you can stop teams. And you could make life difficult. You could wear teams down so that when the starting five get back in, they got an easier way to go. You know what I mean? Because right now the bench for the Knicks is kind of non-existent. I thought the bench would be performing a little better, but people kept saying they don't have a bench, and I was like, shut the fuck up. And now you looking at it like, yeah, they were right. The bench is weaker than I expected. Precious isn't really out there right now. They gave him his money, but he hasn't been able to be infused into the lineup. I guess injury or something like that. I'm not really abreast on the story, but hopefully he comes back and he can infuse some type of energy and production into the bench along with McBride and the other guys. But they definitely need to get that bench in order if they're trying to make a run. The Knicks they're coming together, but they're coming together slower than expected. You know what I mean? Like they're piecing it together real like at a snail's pace. And Milwaukee isn't piecing it together at all. Like they moonwalked all the way back to the 14th seed, and the addition of Karl Anthony Town is beautiful. And them giving OG his money, I'm so happy OG got his bag, man. He's been playing so relaxed. Like I like the new OG. You know what I mean? Like he's looking real comfortable. You know what I mean? He got the greatest job in the world. And I'm happy for OG. You know what I mean? He got his 200 million, and he doing his 1-2 step without pressure. Like when he played for us, we had a team where everything he did impacted our winning and losing in a major way. So there was a lot more pressure. Now he's on the Knicks, whether he shoots well or not. Like he was 4 for 12, 1 for 8 from 3. He still had 14.6 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and they won. And he got his money. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely gonna be all NBA this year for sure, and might win Defensive Player of the Year, like we all expected. You know what I mean? I love it for him. You know what I mean? He really stepped in. Like when you talk of someone getting into a great space and I love this situation for him. Like you talking about having your cake and eat it too. Him being on this Knicks roster is like him being on one of the greatest NBA AAU teams in the world. He ain't really got no real. All he gotta do is be himself and play his role. And even if he has a bad game, as long as he gives them something. Can you imagine if he would have shot 4 for 12 or 1 for 8 with us? We would have lost. Because we relied so heavy on his performances. They don't really need him. He's averaging 14 a game. You know what I mean? And almost 2 steals and 1 block a game. Like he just got to do the Deion Sanders and shut down the left or the right side. Mikal Bridges does the other side, and they off and running. You know what I mean? Once the Knicks figure this out, it's going to be even easier for OG. You know what I mean? It's going to be easier for the team as a whole. Like they're I think listen. The Knicks stay in the 3rd seed. This is exactly what we thought they were going to be anyway, but we didn't think that it would take, a 4-4 to do it. Like the Eastern Conference is crazy right now as far as the records are concerned. But the Knicks, like when everybody starts to play their game and lock in, they're not going to have no answers for the Knicks. Like the Knicks are going to be in a good space. You just going to have to hope that your bench outperforms their bench. And put their starting 5 through it. Catch them on the back-to-back. But if it's one-on-one, that's a tough team to deal with. Jalen Brunson's greatness has become normalized, and now they're kind of settling down as a team because they're not relying on him so heavy to win. I think it's going to get to the point where they're going to be such a orchestrated group of guys producing. Tom Thibodeau is going to get a lot of credit for some shit he ain't really got a coach. These dudes are just that good. And with Jalen Brunson being the face and the head of the snake, they're going to move and maneuver and slither the way they're supposed to. Teams are going to have a problem with them as they go forward. You know what I mean? I like this Knicks team. I like the roster. You know what I mean? They're entertaining. But most importantly, there's expectations for them to live up to. And as crazy as it seems, they are living up to those expectations. It's just not as polished of a performance as we expected. And shout out to OG. I'm happy. Boy, I noticed that in the beginning of the year. I'm like, OG, look how he got that bounce. Like, OG look real happy. You know how it look when somebody in a new relationship? You know what I mean? Haircut look a little different. Face cleared up. You know what I mean? Got their teeth clean. Teeth look a little whiter. You know what I mean? Shirt iron. You know how it is when we in a new relationship. We iron our shirt again. You know what I mean? Some guys put a crease in their pants. Not all of us. You know what I mean? Got on fresh socks. You know what I mean? T-shirt with no pizza stains on it. You know how that go. You know what I mean? The car's clean. Our crib is clean. The credit looking better. You know how it is? Like that 200 million, boy, got him. Woo, he in a good space. Shout out to OG, man. You deserve it. But we gonna listen. The Bucks are. Whew, it's crazy out there. It's crazy out there. And the Knicks got Indy tomorrow. That's gonna be an interesting game. Because they both need wins. I want to see which Tyrese Halliburton shows up. Because if he half step against this Knicks team and Jalen Brunson, the Pacers are gonna have a problem. They may be looking at a defeat. They might be 4-6. But tell me what you think in the comment section. I'm out of here. Peace.